sure, I can't wait to get on the river down below the dam. Saw videos and pics from the guys that started early this morning. They look like they're having such fun, and yeah, can't wait to go and enjoy a beautiful section of river here on day 3.
Day 3 of the MyLife Dusi Canoe Marathon is one that every paddler in the race was looking forward to. With 26 cubics of water having been released from Inanda Dam meant that some of the most enjoyable river paddling conditions of the race lay in wait. With good water comes higher risks for the paddlers, especially on day 3. They come in the form of Tops Needle Rapid, Side Shoot, Little John, Graveyard, Island and Five Fingers. With that in mind, Andy Burkett set out to lay down yet another masterful performance, moving through the various challenges of the day with absolute ease. His methodical, unflustered approach saw him stitching together an incident-free 36 kilometers for the final day of this great race. Behind him, Hank McGregor was paddling hard in second to ensure that he stayed ahead of the hungry trio Msawe Nkosi Mtolo, Dave Evans and Kumbulani Mzimandi. Shooting all the major rapids of the day only confirmed the world-class status of the man. The real race of the day was for the bronze medal, as Msawe, Dave and Kumbulani worked hard to out-paddle and outsmart each other at every opportunity. In the end, Andy Burkett took a well-deserved 11th win on the 70th edition of the MyLife Dusi Canoe Marathon, with a performance that will be talked about for years to come. Hank McGregor took the silver medal, with Dave Evans moving from 5th at the end of day 2 up into 3rd. A dramatic end sprint between the MyLife teammates Msawe and Kumbulani rounded out the top 5.
It was an incredible 3 days of racing. My wife and I and the local East London guys, we trained really hard for this event. You would think that there were a huge squad of guys training for the Dusi, and it was just myself and Nix that came up. But a lot of hard work went into this. But I really enjoyed the last 3 days of racing in a beautiful valley, and I'm always lucky to come away from the race without too many big mistakes, because anything can happen in the race, and you can end your race, lose 20-30 minutes very easy on a river race like this.
I think I'm going to stick with the same strategy I had yesterday. I had a super cool race yesterday, really enjoyed myself and was stoked with how I did. Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of a buffer going into day 3. It's a relatively short day, so I think it's really difficult to make up time if I don't make mistakes. It's going to be tough for Geordie to catch. But yeah, anything can happen, and as long as I race my own race and keep it safe and clean, I think it'll be good.
Going into the 3rd and final day of the 2021 MyLife Dusi Canoe Marathon, it seemed as if all was said and done in the ladies' race, with the top 3 ladies being separated by large margins. That was certainly not the case though, as Christy McKenzie did not have the race she was hoping for. 4 swims saw Jordan P closing down on that lead, and even having Christy McKenzie within her sights at the pump house weir. She was hungry to take the lead from McKenzie, but Christy pulled through with a phenomenal flatwater performance, extending the lead back up to 7 minutes. In doing so, she claimed her second ever K1 women's victory at the 2021 MyLife Dusi Canoe Marathon. Bridget Hartley held on to her 3rd position, though still losing time to the top 2 ladies, as Jenna Ward chased her down from 4th position. A great performance from up-and-coming under-18 Saskia Hockley, knocking Tracy Ullerman out of the top 5 and breaking the junior ladies' day 3 record in the process.
It was a good day out, brutal day out, but had 4 swims, 2 at Graveyard, which were super tough for me because there's just nowhere to get out there and empty, and you're worried about breaking your boat because there's just little rocks everywhere. If your boat goes sideways, that's game over. And then had a quick swim after the portage over the causeway, which didn't take up too much time, and then one at Five Fingers, which also silly, didn't take up too much time. I'd made it down the entire rapid and then goofed at the bottom. But yeah, I was just tired after all those swims, so I ended up portaging Pump House. I think Geordie would have shot, just to, obviously it's better to shoot if you're chasing. So I ran that super hard because I knew that she'd be coming down close behind me. Yeah, and I just pulled super hard into the finish here because I didn't want to end sprint again. I know that I didn't have much energy left for that, so just powered away to the finish line, and I'm stoked with how I've done.
Thanks for tuning in to watch the 2021 MyLife Dusi Canoe Marathon race highlights, the 70th edition of this iconic event. For more race-related content, head over to our social media channels or our event website.